I'm Lory Liza Culaban from BSN 1B, and today let me discuss to you the reproductive system. So there are two reproductive systems, the female and the male reproductive system. So let's tackle first the female reproductive system and their parts and its function. So the first function of the female reproductive system is to produce ova or the egg cell. The second, it produces sex hormones, the estrogen and progesterone. And the last, it produces location for the fertilization and growth of the baby. So, let's go to the parts and their function. So this is the ovary, the two ovary. The function of this the ovary is the main reproductive organ of a woman. The two ovaries, which are about the size and shape of almonds, the function of this ovary is to produce female hormones or the egg ova. So, this is the one who produces the oocytes or the egg cell. So, the second is the fallopian tube. This is the fallopian tube. So, the fallopian tube is about 10 centimeter long and begins as funnel-shaped passages next to the ovary. They have a number of finger projection known as the fimbriae. So this is the fimbriae. When an egg is released by the ovary, it is caught by the one of the fimbriae and transported along the fallopian tube and next to the uterus. So the egg cell will go here, then up to the uterus. So the next part of the female reproductive organ is the uterus. This is the uterus. The uterus is a hollow cavity about the size shape of a pear. In women who have near been pregnant, exists to house a developing fertilized egg. The main part of the uterus is called the body of the uterus. So this is the body of the uterus. And this is the fundus, the upper part of the uterus. This is the fundus, and the uterus has three layers, it is called the wall of uterus: the endometrium, the myometrium, and the perimetrium. So the endometrium is the inner lining of the uterus, and the myometrium is in the middle part, and the perimetrium is the outer part. So the endometrium, during the menstrual cycle, the endometrium grows a thick blood vessel-rich glandular tissue layer. This endometrium represents an optimal environment for the implantation of a blastocytes upon its arrival in the uterus. So this is the endometrium, and next is the vagina. So this is the vagina. The vagina is a fibromuscular tube that extends from the cervix to the vestibule of the vulva. The vagina receives the penis and semen during the sexual intercourse and also provides a passageway for the menstrual blood flow to leave the body. So this vagina, this is in which the penis and semen entered. So this is the cervical canal. This is the cervix, the uterosacral ligament, the uterine blood vessel, the ureter, which the long tube of the urinary system, the body of the uterus, the ovarian ligament, the broad ligament, the ovarian blood vessels of the ovary, the suspensory ligament of ovary. This is the uterine or the fallopian tube or the oviduct. This is the lumen of uterus or the cavity. So this is the endofondibilium, uterine tube, and the fembrae. The round ligament of uterus, those are the internal parts of the women organ. So, the external part of the organ of the women are the mons pubis, the clitoris, the urethral orifice, and the vagina orifice. So, let's move on to the male reproductive organ, the parts and its function. So, the function of this male reproductive organ is to produce and maintain, transport, and nourish sperm and protective fluid or the semen. Second, to discharge sperm within the female reproductive tract. To the last, to produce and secrete male hormone, which is the testosterone. So, their parts and function. So, this is internal organs of the male reproductive system are called the accessories organ. It includes the vas deferens. This is the vas deferens. It transports mature sperm to the urethra in preparation for ejaculation. So later, you will know the ejaculation process. So next is through, this is the testis. It is the male gonad like the ovaries of the female. So the testis produce hormones which is testosterone and other androgens. So the sperm are produced within the seminiferous tubules. So this is the seminiferous tubules. And both of the function of the testis is influenced by the gonadotropic hormones produced by the anterior pituitary gland. The luteinizing hormone results in testosterone release, and it is needed to support spermatogenesis. The shell of the membranous testis is called the tunica albuginea. It contains the very fire-coiled tubules. So this is the seminiferous tubules. These are the line with a layer of germ cells that develop into sperm cell, also known as the spermatozoa, or male gametes. The developing sperm travels through the seminiferous tubules to the retitestis, to the retitestis. This is the retitestis. This is the retitestis. It located the mediastinum testis to the efferent ducts and to the epididymis, where newly created sperm cells mature. The sperms move into the vas deferens. This is the vas deferens or the ductus deferens, and is eventually expelled through the urethra. So this is, it will go here, then it will expel through the urethral orifice. This is the urethral orifice. Through the muscular contraction. The penis. This is the penis of the male. It serves as both reproductive organ and urinal duct. The head of the penis is called the glans. This is the head of the penis, the glans. It contains the opening for the urethral duct. It is the opening of the urethral duct in which the urine goes out. The blood engorgement of penile tissue causes the penis to become erect and facilitating sexual intercourse. So, the foreskin that attach the penis is called the frenum or the frenulum. The foreskin that attached to the penis is the frenulum. This is the foreskin that attached to the penis, the frenulum. The rounded base of the gland is called the corona. So, this is the corona. The rounded that attached to the penis, attached to the gland. So, what is the ejaculation process? The ejaculation itself. So, the ejaculation is the ejection of a semen from the penis and is usually accompanied by the orgasm. So the ejaculation may occur spontaneously during the sleep or known as the nocturnal emission or the wet dream. Let's go to the creation of the sperm. The creation of the sperm occurs in the seminiferous tubules. So here is the seminiferous tubules in where the sperm is created. So the vas deferens also the transformation of the sperm. So the vas deferens is the function of the sperm to the urethral to goes out. So the ductus or vas is also called the external form, the epididymis in each side of the scrotum. It is called the sperm duct. Some male have the abnormality of the prostate gland or the enlargement of the prostate gland. The enlargement of prostate gland can cause difficulties in urinating because the prostate gland blocks the urethra in which the urine flows. So that's why they have difficulties in urinating because the urethra are blocked by the prostate because of the enlargement. First, reproductive organ. So, when the egg and the sperm meet, a human being will be formed. So, the ovulation, the fertilization, the implantation occurs in the women organ during sexual intercourse. So, first, the ovulation. So, the ovulation process is when the ovaries produce or release egg. This ovulation process in which the ovaries release egg. Then it is caught by the membrane and travels into the fallopian tube. The egg cell will travel into the fallopian tube, and during the sexual intercourse, the sperm will enter the vagina to the cervix and swim to the uterus as it travels the fallopian tube in where the two cells are meet. So here is the meeting place of the two cells. So the sperm cells will fertilize the egg, and it called the fertilization, the combining of two cells, and only one sperm can enter the egg to fertilize it. So the fertilized egg stays in the fallopian tube for 3 to 4 days, but within the 24 hours of being fertilized, it starts dividing into many cells and keeps dividing as it moves to the uterus and attached to the lining of the uterus, and it is called the implantation. So when the cells move here, it is called move in the lining of the uterus, it is called the implantation. So those are the process of forming a zygote or a newborn baby. It only happens during the sexual intercourse of both sex organs. Urinary system. So this is the urinary system. The parts of the urinary system, the first part is the kidney. The kidney are a pair of bean-shaped organs. The kidney are a dark red and slightly flattened. Each kidney is about 10 cm long and 5 cm wide and 2 cm thick with an average of 120 to 170 grams. And the other component of the urinary system is the ureters. This is the ureters, the long tube, the urinary bladder. This is the urinary bladder. And lastly, the urethra. This is the urethra, the excreting of the urine. And one main job of the kidney is to filter the base out of the blood. The system helps retaining proper amounts of water, salts, and nutrients in the body. The kidney are placed against the back wall of the abdominal cavity just below the diaphragm. So this is the diaphragm and the kidney is below in it. So their position is slightly symmetrical. Because the left kidney is higher than the right. So the outer space or the surface of the kidney is a convex. The inner surface is called the concave. It's the convex and the concave. So as you can see, the renal artery that carry unoxygenated blood and the renal vein that carry oxygenated blood, and this is the ureter. So inside the kidney there are two zones. The cortex, this is the cortex, and the medulla. This is the medulla inside the cortex. So the main function of the kidney is to remove waste products and excess water from the blood. The kidney does it with the help of tiny filters. The tiny filters are called the nephrons. So this is the nephrons. So the nephrons, the cortex and the medulla comprised of millions of nephrons. So each nephrons consists of renal corpuscle and renal tubule. This is the tubule. And the renal corpuscle composed of two structures, the glomerulus inside the Bowman's and the Bowman's capsule. The Bowman's capsule that surrounds the glomerulus. Cellular filtration occurs. And in each kidney, it makes urine. The urine slides down into a long tube called the ureter. This is the ureter. And the ureters from the both kidney open into storage sac, also known as the urinary bladder. This is the storage sacs where the urine stored. And the bladder is connected to another tube that is called the urethra. This is the urethra. This is the urethra for the removal of the urine out. So every day our kidney process of around 20 liters of blood and around 1 to 2 liters of waste is removed as the urine. So let's tackle about the formation of the urine. The first part of the formation of the urine or the steps is the glomerular filtration, in which the blood filtered, and the second steps of urine formation is the tubular reabsorption, in which the movement of the substance from the tubular fluid back into the blood. And the third step is the tubular secretion, in which the substance from the blood into the tubular fluid. So then it goes into the collecting duct. The collecting duct collect the urine and goes to the renal pelvis as, and the excretion occurs. So when the kidney filtered unwanted substances from the blood and the kidney produces urine to excrete them. So this is the formation of the. So that's all for today's discussion. I hope you gain a little knowledge from me, and thank you for watching.